We actually started thinking about this book a long time ago. It was just sort of a germ back when we were in China. And we were at Tiananmen Square covering the killings, the terrible crackdown at Tiananmen Square, where 400 to 800 Chinese students were killed. We were outraged. But then in the ensuing year, we traveled around the countryside throughout China, and we came across a study that said 39,000 baby girls die each year before they get to the age of 1 simply because they don't get access to health care. In other words, their parents don't take them to the doctor. And so it was a implicit form of female infanticide. And so we thought, how many column inches had we devoted to Tiananmen Square? There was none that was devoted to this issue. So over the years, we started realizing that there was a bigger story underneath there. And in the case of China, it turned out that there are 30 million missing girls and women in China. If you actually, demographers have studied this, and across the world, if you include India, Korea, maternal mortality in Africa, the number is 60 million to 100 million missing girls and women. Missing because, in some cases there is sex-selective abortion, so they never get born. In other cases, it is because the women or girls, they are raped and they try to give birth to the baby when they're too young to really, their bodies are too immature to give birth, and they die in childbirth, or they die during the labor process. So often in India, for instance, a girl never survives to age 5, partly because she isn't vaccinated. The parents don't take her to the doctor to get the proper vaccinations. So there's a huge gap there, and that's when we started realizing that this is a bigger problem than we ever had imagined. And so we started looking into the causes, and we found a lot of the stories that were just outrageous, just horrendous, that you almost couldn't say goodbye. As you mentioned earlier, you can't walk away. It's very hard. As journalists, we're always taught to be distant, to be balanced, present both sides, the pro, the con, the protagonist, the recipient. And we did that for a long time, but when you see, girls who have been forced into prostitution, when you see their eyes have been gouged out because they rebelled, it's very hard to walk away from that. After all, we're journalists, but after all, we're also human beings.